From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Rob Westgate. Prime Minister Mark Carney says he has reached a deal with China, allowing tens of thousands of Chinese electric vehicles into the Canadian market. In return, he says Ottawa is expecting Beijing will drop canola seed duties to 15% by March. Now, when asked about how automakers might feel about the deal, Carney said it needs to be put into context.
49,000 vehicles, which is the cap on Chinese electric vehicle exports to Canada. That's part of this agreement. That's a return to levels last seen in 2023, the last full year before the Canadian tariff actions. That's the first point. Second point, again, to put it in, dimension it, that's less than 3% of the size of the Canadian auto market.
Carney billed his first such trade deal since taking office as a preliminary but landmark one that would boost the economy. The cleanup is continuing across southern Ontario today after a heavy wallop from Old Man Winter. Some parts, including the Greater Toronto area, were gridlocked by up to 40 centimeters of snow in a storm that saw offices shut and schools closed. Now, the only snowfall warnings still in place are for the Sault Ste. Marie and Bruce Peninsula areas. As much as another 15 centimeters of snow is expected. A First Nation in northern Manitoba that's been rocked by a severe water crisis is urging the province to address hotel space for evacuees. About 1,200 people from Pimachikamak Cree Nation have been staying in Thompson, but it's unclear how many are in hotels or have other accommodations. Chief David Munias says he's worried that some would have to leave the city due to a minor hockey tournament there this weekend. A judge is expected to rule today on whether a Newfoundland man accused of 3 attempted murders is fit to stand trial. Mitchell Rose was charged last month after police say they responded to reports of a man banging on doors and screaming at a St. John's apartment building. The Royal Newfoundland Constabulary has said 2 women, including one in serious condition, were sent to hospital after the December 8th incident. Rose's family has said he has schizophrenia and was removed without their knowledge from a court-ordered program that kept him medicated. And finally, for the first time in over 50 years, Fleetwood Mac's Landslide is on the Billboard Hot 100 list.
It was 1975 when Landslide appeared on Fleetwood Mac's self-titled album. Written by Stevie Nicks, after all these decades, it's finally charting.
Well, I've been afraid of changing.
Debuting now at number 41 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart because it was used in the series finale of Netflix's Stranger Things, making it popular again, generating 7 million U.S. streams earlier this month. It was never on the singles chart before because it wasn't released as a single in 1975. A live version of Landslide did chart in 1998, making it to number 51. Alex Stone, ABC News.
This is the Canadian Press. In sports, starting off in the NHL, the Columbus Blue Jackets triumphed with a 4-1 victory over the skidding Vancouver Canucks. The Buffalo Sabres posted a 5-3 win over the Montreal Canadiens. The Winnipeg Jets beat the Minnesota Wild 6-2. The New York Islanders getting past the Edmonton Oilers 1-0. The Calgary Flames topped the Chicago Blackhawks 3-1, and the Vegas Golden Knights down the Toronto Maple Leafs 6-5. Some off-season baseball action now. The Toronto Blue Jays have lost out on a top free agent outfielder. According to multiple reports, Kyle Tucker is inking a short-term 4-year deal with the Los Angeles Dodgers, which allows him to opt out after years 2 and 3. And finally, Canada's Victoria Mboko is on to the Adelaide International Women's Tennis Final. The 19-year-old from Toronto defeated Australia's Kimberly Burrell 6-2, 6-1 in the semis to advance. The 8th-seeded Mboko will now face the 3rd-seeded Russian Mira Andreeva. From the Canadian Press, I'm Rob Westgate.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.